Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? It's Be Real. Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Be Real from Be Real 420, and we got a special guest, Review Sesh. What's up, my
How's it
brother?
going, man? Doing all right. How you guys doing?
Hey,
Good
I'm
to be
doing
here.
good, man. Thank you so much for joining me again on this special live.
Good to be here. Just actually just getting around and moving around. I've been down most of the day. It's been a cold day.
hmm Well, I really appreciate you joining me. It's definitely been a cold day, but I'm real excited because I was hanging out with one of my subscribers over the weekend, and as you know, we went to Black Tie,
Mm-hmm.
and after that, he introduced me to a local smoke shop that I have not been to, and it was called the Hemp House.
Mm.
And here's one of the stickers here. In fact, let me zoom in real quick and I'll show you. So, guys, as you can see right here, I got the sticker of the Hemp House, and that's the logo right there. And let me go
There
back
we go.
to my buddy Review Sesh. But yeah, that was the sticker that I got from there. I think I also showed this one the other day. It says "Make THC Great Again." It's got the Donald Trump hair. I like
Mm-hmm.
it. So, but yeah, I got a chance to go check out a local smoke shop, and I've been waiting on my Hello Mary pack to arrive, and I was running low on what I wanted to smoke. So I figured let's go out and get a couple things, support some local businesses. And so I was able to pick up a really cool strain I've been hearing about, key lime pie. So I figured maybe we would discuss that today on this live.
Let me know and I'll turn it on so they can see.
Oh yeah, maybe just in a second. What are you smoking on?
Right now this is a mixture of some stuff I'm going through. I don't even remember what this is. I'm just dumping it out so I can actually fill up some of this vanilla ice from Shop Hello Mary.
Ice, ice, baby. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm really excited about that. So that was actually one of the strains that I got in my affiliate pack. And as you know, my post office wasn't really running and shipping my stuff. It was just sitting at my local post office the last several days.
Mm-hmm.
So I was the last one to get mine. But I got that as well. I'm really excited about that. I saw you did a review on that.
Yeah, it's a really interesting strain. It's got a lot of the classic flavors you'll get from it. It's
Awesome.
got some stuff in there, and Northern Lights, and some, I think, Afghan and something else.
Okay.
Really
Okay.
nice stuff.
Awesome. Well, hey, we got 4 people watching in the live right now. I really appreciate everybody that's supporting the channel, hanging out
Thanks
with
for
us. If you
dropping in,
could do
guys.
a favor and make sure you hit the like button. If you're not already subscribed, and of course, make sure your notifications on so you don't miss these lives. We get to hang out and just chill and discuss whatever.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the last live one we did last week. That was kind of just a really fun hangout session. It kind of felt like us hanging out on Discord almost.
Yeah,
Very similar, except
yeah, it's just a laid back hangout.
yeah,
And I would like to keep doing this. It's something. It's good for us and it's good for the community.
yeah. Well, I need schedule. I need things scheduled. Uh,
hmm
uh, routine is very helpful, and it's good to I need to get live more often. So,
Yeah. What's up, Mario? What's good, brother?
what's
Hope
up,
you're feeling
Mario?
better.
Thanks for dropping in.
Yeah. So, a little backstory. I know you like to discuss strains and the genetics and everything. You were talking about some interesting land races and how these strains cross together. So, just so you know, key lime pie is a new strain to me. Um, I saw Shop Hello Mary actually has a rosin that just came out called Key Lime Pie, and that actually sparked my interest. And you know how sometimes you'll see something, and then you'll go along your day, and that will actually catch your attention to something else. And so I saw this Key Lime Pie flower at this shop, and it reminded me of the rosin. I was like, hey, this is really curious. So I actually bought a gram of it, and I wanted to tell you that it's actually a pheno of Girl Scout cookies, and it's actually a cross of some really, really famous strains: OG Kush, Cherry Pie, which is one of my favorites to cross with, as you know, and then the other one is Durban Poison. So these are like some solid strains that it's crossed with. OG Kush and Durban Poison, I believe those are like landrace type strains. So
yeah,
I thought that
they
was
are. Yeah, they are. Durban Poison is very hard to get a hold of. Pardon me. I'm just I'm putting a link in some of the other servers that we're part of. So
I got you. Yeah, I actually got some Durban Poison from J Grows 420. That was the first thing I ever purchased from him.
Yep. Yeah, Durban, it's one of those things, like, I remember it back in the day, but I haven't gotten a hold of it in forever. It's been quite a while since I've had Durban Poison.
It's a very strong strain, and it's a very acquired taste as well.
Yeah, it's one of those things that if you've never had it, you're gonna be like, wait a minute, what? You know?
But very earthy, very skunky, and OG Kush is very skunky. So I actually got the gram here. If you want to put up the shot, I actually have some close-ups that Review Sesh did me a favor and put a little clip together, but I wanted to show you guys. And in fact, let me go ahead and zoom into him real quick.
Yeah, zoom in.
Let me do that first. Whoops, wrong one. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do this. Hold on. I'm trying. No, wrong one again. It keeps. That's the best I'm going to be able to do.
Yeah, zoom yourself out.
Yeah, I'm not able to zoom myself out. That's the part I'm not sure how to do.
All right, well, no worries. There we go.
All right. Well, that actually helps a little bit, and I'll zoom you right back in. So yeah, I got a nice gram sample, as you can see, guys. Nice. What do you say? Dense bud.
Very dense, yeah.
And so, what am I seeing? You know, I'm seeing what you guys are seeing. It's very green, very green, very earthy green with some light greens against it. I do see some orange hairs. A very sour, skunky, earthy smell that I'm getting. Very earthy and skunky.
Nice. Well, you keep talking about that. I'm going to leave that on the screen. I just got packs delivered to my front porch, so I'm going to go grab
That's awesome. Yeah, and go ahead. In fact, guys, that's where I had to do that right before we started the live. I actually got my affiliate pack from Shop Hello Marion today. And so we will be unboxing that tomorrow on tomorrow's live. So I'm really excited about that. We have some good content. But yeah, I'm getting some real earthy, skunky smells from this. So like I was explaining to you guys, this is a pheno of Girl Scout cookies. Everybody knows about Girl Scout cookies. And crosses, according to the website that I looked up, it's going to be a cross between OG Kush, which is where I'm getting that skunky smell from, and that earthy. Cherry Pie is one of my favorite strains to cross with, like sour cherry. And then the other one was the Durban Poison, and I believe you're getting a lot of that Durban Poison as well, because that's a real earthy, funky,
very strong. It's gonna be dominating the palate.
Yeah, and that's really coming out really strong. And as you guys can see, it's a very dense bud. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and put myself as the solo for just a second, and just kind of show you the squish on it. So it's very dense. Let me just slide that over so whatever falls. It's very, very sticky. This came from a very fresh pack. Shout out to Hemp House in Hoover, Alabama, off of Doug Baker Boulevard, I believe is the address. So if you want to check them out, they are on IG at Smokehouse, or I'm sorry, it's Hemp House Smoke, I believe. So if you want to check that out, but it's very sticky. All right, let me go ahead and put a review. You ready back to go back?
Yeah, I'm back. Right. I'm just trying to figure out what these packages are that I've got. Oh, okay, this is a...
How's that? That's a good close-up. Is that a good close-up?
That'll work.
Or do you want me to go back?
That'll work.
I can go back to this one.
Either way.
Which one do you prefer? Oh, that way you can see the corners.
Yeah, keep it this way.
All right, so let me go ahead and look at some of these comments while you're looking at your pack, buddy. So Mario said, "What's up, buds? I'm not feeling well. I'm actually feeling worse, man. I'm sorry to hear that, brother.
Oh yeah.
We do wish you the best, man. Sunfish for Fish, cheers. He's one of our supporters. He's always a part of all the lives, man. We appreciate you. It was easy to get that product in the 90s, early 90s. Yes, Mario, you're showing your age, brother. But yeah, it's all about that." He said, "What's up, Space? Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up,
fellas?
Just hanging out."
Yeah. Kong 2 times says, "Hey man, same man. What's up? What's popping?" And then Ms. Raina says, "Hey all." So we're just looking at some man, my mind just went blank. We're looking at key lime pie, and he just got his pack from Shop Mary, I believe, or somebody.
No, that's a new vendor actually.
Oh, a new vendor.
Yeah, and then one of these is actually for one of my business partners. They had some stuff sent to me.
I'm going to go ahead and zoom back into myself real quick. I'm going to give you guys a close-up of this this bud, and we're going to go ahead and break it apart. See what it looks like on the inside the best we can. Ooh, nice snap. It's very sticky. Let's see what we got here. Okay. So I'm seeing the same colors all the way through. All right. And there's not really much to look at there, guys. Let's see. There's not much to look at on the inside. More of that forest green. You know what I mean? Like a forest green. That's a good way to say it. Like an evergreen type color.
Yep. Very dark green.
Mm-hmm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grind up a little bit and put it in my amber pipe. This is going to be my first time trying it. Like I said, it's very sticky. So do you want to tell us about anything that you got there, or do you want to?
Yeah, I got a couple of things here. There's a couple of things for other people, but there's a couple of things for me. This is one thing that I've been waiting for months, since pre-order, or since this thing went up for pre-order. Basically, it's a new dab rig that I got that I'll be doing
nice, dude. Here, I'm gonna zoom in on you, buddy. Hold on, let's see if we can do that.
You guys some of you guys probably seen this.
That's the best I can do.
It's,
That's awesome.
Fused. Yeah.
What's the brand?
It's a Green Deagle, I want to say. Fun Fuse. It's yeah.
Miss Space City, she's so funny.
It's interesting though. I've been seeing it everywhere recently, but I've been talking to them for months. So interested to check that out. It's got a more, I don't know, it's kind of a basic design, you know what I mean? More of just a straight at you, not too flashy, but really nice, you know.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, I've watched some of your recent videos, and you kind of talk about that's kind of your vibe. Simple.
Yeah, it's more simple, but still like kind of elegant type of thing, you know. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I got that, and then this is new company that I'll be doing something with. Realize Hemp. So I got, I think, want to say 5 from them. I got one called Face Wreck. I got Runts, Octane Gas, Diesel Tie, and Top Gun.
Ooh, Top Gun. That sounds.
Those are 5 more strain reviews coming up in the near future.
Nice. Which one are you most interested in trying first?
It's a toss up between the Top Gun and the Face Wreck. So yeah, Top Gun. That's an indica leaning one, so probably that one, to be quite honest.
Oh, okay.
I'm all about the indicas typically. Anything that fill me out. I'm a fairly high-strung person. If any of y'all know me personally, you know that to be the case.
That's all right. We all have our reasons for using hemp, you know.
Yep. But I also got something that should work out. Got some whip tubing. Hopefully it'll work.
All right, getting back to the comments. Hey Mario, we appreciate you. He says, "Thank you, my friends, much appreciated."
Yeah, man. Thanks for
And
being
then
here,
Raina
dude.
says, "I know B doesn't like the baby mama account." Yeah, it just seems weird to call you baby mama because I have a baby mama, so it just seems weird to say it. So, what's up, K-Ham? Space City says, "Nice." So, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and take a puff off of this key lime pie and see how it tastes. Cheers. Wow. Okay. So right away, the first thing it reminded me was the Durban poison.
Yeah, you're gonna get a very strong hit on that.
So I've had Durban poison not too long ago, maybe 2 months ago. My first order from J Grows. Yeah.
Pretty good.
Very earthy, some skunkiness, also from the Kush as well.
I'm reading that. Yeah, face wreck does sound good. I gotta get that. I'm not even paying attention to chat, guys. I should be sitting here smoking, not playing with the whip I just got. I got that piece of hose.
Oh, I missed that comment. My bad.
For this device, or this bong here, not device, this bong here. Just throw the whip in there so I can kind of just sit and hit it.
So I'm getting some like sweet earthiness and a little bit of pepper on the back end.
Yeah, you're gonna get some peppery stuff. It's the Durban. It's gonna come through almost hashy. You know, so.
Yeah, I am getting that actually. Like a sweet hash, like an earthy hash.
A lot of those earlier land races and stuff have that peppery kind of a earthy spice to it.
Okay, yeah, and in fact, it did say that spice was going to be one of the notes.
Yep. It's one of the things that when you try the vanilla ice, you'll notice that too. It does have very almost hashy note to it. It does have some spice, but it's got that little bit of vanilla on it too.
With the slightest bit of mint as well. Just the slightest. Garlic is good, kind of peppery to me.
Yep.
Okay. She says, always smells like someone is cooking dinner. Oh, yeah, right? That's a good smell. See,
yeah, that's not a bad smell to have going on there. That's a good one.
I fell in love with an Italian woman, and their family, they like to cook, and that's part of what I love about Italian culture is the food.
They like the food? No.
And yeah, they take that serious over there, man. They take that stuff seriously, and man, her mother was always cooking something, and man, it just smells so good. I love the smell of like basil. And the garlic was nice. But yeah.
Nice.
Ooh, that's a nice effect. So guys, I barely smoked a bowl and I'm already feeling it. It's somewhat heavy. And Durban poison in itself is kind of an acquired taste for most, and it's not like a new strain. You know what I mean? It's not one of the new school strains. It's not like candy and sweet like that. The sweetness that you would get would be from the earthy notes and whatnot. But I think by having these crosses with that strain, like the cherry pie, along with the OG Kush, it gives it a little bit of a sweeter taste to make this key lime pie. And so it does sweeten it up a little bit. So it's not as of acquired taste as just Durban poison by itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grind up some more. I'm going to pack it in a cone, and I'm going to leave you to take the floor for a second.
I was just about to try out this this new whip, see if this actually works.
Oh, nice.
We will
Show it
see.
off. Here, do you want to stay in the Zoom, or do you want to show your corner window as well?
However you want, doesn't matter to me.
Whichever one works
I'm
better
using
for
my
you.
overhead cam, so people
You want
just
me to put it back
overhead. Oh,
like that?
yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I'm learning, guys, so just bear with me. I'm
That's
learning how
really
to
hard.
use this. That's actually a pretty good shot like that, too. I wish I could zoom you in. I wish I could figure out how to do it. I'll work on that for the next stream.
It seems to work pretty well.
Awesome. Oh, wow, that's a good shot, brother. What's up, Dave? Welcome to the live stream. Hey, guys, we got 11 people in the stream right now. I appreciate each and
Thanks
every
for
one of
dropping
you.
in, guys.
Yeah, and if you don't mind, make sure you hit that like button. I'm grinding up some key lime pie I got from the local smoke shop. Shout out to my friend Brandon, one of my subscribers, for introducing me to the store.
Yeah, I watched that. I watched that video. That was really cool. It's good to see people getting out and actually doing things, and
Heck yeah, man.
not being like me and just staying at home all the time.
Oh, I had to force myself. If he hadn't invited me or said, hey, you want to go, I might not have done it. Who knows? But I was definitely down to get out and try something new. You know, it makes it more interesting.
Oh man, I can't get warm. This weather's messing with me.
Drop my cones. I'm going to be using some cones I got from this local store. Just some of these guys. Some OCBs.
OCBs, classic. I mean, everybody's used those once or twice.
Oh, yeah.
OCBs,
So they were at my
JOBs,
liquor store.
etc., etc.
Yeah. You can get a 6-pack for less than $2. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like the game blunts. They're cheap, right?
Yeah, they're cheap. I know people back in the day, they'd be using 4Ks and stuff like that. And those are some
They
nasty
still
ones.
sell those, by the way.
Ooh.
In fact, those are like the first thing you see when you go to the counter.
Yeah. I can't believe people still be smoking them. Better options for the same price.
Yeah. When's the last time you smoked a blunt wrap, though?
Oh my god, it's been a couple of months probably. Last time I had a Canagar.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah. But it's past due probably. It's probably past due for me.
I had a white owl, and it was a green sweet.
Green sweets are those green wraps.
Yeah.
What else sells you? How you doing, man? I love that coming in with the patois.
Oh yeah, he does that. What's up, brother? Like I almost know that's him based off of that, you know?
Yeah. That's awesome. Most of these people don't even know me on Discord. I'm Rastafarian on Discord, so it's kind of right up my alley. My kind of like
That is true.
Kind of like as a gag. If you look at my profile on Discord, my pronouns are in patois.
Oh really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's funny.
Di dim.
All right, I'm gonna have to pack just a little bit more. Grind up just a little bit more to finish up this cone. Man, this is a sticky one too, man.
I've got all sorts of stuff I could be hitting. One of my favorite things that I've had recently is did I talk about that monkey business last time we were streaming?
All right, thank you, Space, for joining us in the live, man.
I'll catch you later, homie.
Sure. I am not sure. I can't remember. We talked about a lot of stuff. I don't know if we did or not.
Monkey business is some interesting flower. It's one of my new favorites. It's gorgeous stuff. Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Dense nugs. Beautiful
This is
nugs.
so dense right here. It's so sticky.
But one of them things that hit me really hard. Both of these were from Diesel Dispensary. But one of the things recently, what I'm about to hit right now, is this smoothies, and it talk about a powerful, strong flower. After decarb, it's still over 30% THC.
Are you serious? Wow.
Yeah, it's 34.42% or something like that before decarb.
After decarb?
Before decarb. After decarb,
okay.
After decarb, it's still over 30% after decarb.
So did you know the Halle Berry is around 33% before decarb? So
Nice. Yeah, it's crazy. It's very rare that I see a listing or something on a website that says, "Hey, be careful with this if you're not, seasoned. If you're not a veteran." What's up, John? And it actually be true. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, they do say that sometimes.
And I hit this little microdose bowl once, and whew, I mean, yeah, it's for real.
Well,
really impressed.
I'm gonna have to check that out. And what company is that again?
That's a Diesel Dispensary.
Okay. So guys, if you want to check out some monkey grease, is that what you said?
No, well, the first one was monkey business, but this one
Monkey
here is
business.
this one here is smoothies, and the smoothies is it's a really like micro, small batch type thing. It's got it's one grower, small grow.
All right, dude. I got my cone packed.
I'm about to.
Guys, if you're smoking on something, leave a comment on what you're smoking on.
Let us know what you're hitting.
What's up, John Tyler? Thanks for joining us in the live. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button. We got 14 people in the live. We're having a smoke sesh. I got some key lime pie packed in a cone. So cheers, guys.
I know you don't do a whole lot of glass and bongs and stuff, be real, but once you get your ball vape, when you finally do get one of those, you're gonna want to get a good piece of glass if you don't already have one.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of crazy when you're combusting, when you're burning flower, you can get different performance from different bongs, different pieces, different percolation and stuff, but you really don't pay attention to what it can do for the flavor until you realize, because like you don't want to use too large a piece when you're vaping, you know what I'm saying? Because if you get too large a piece, then you get too much airflow, you lose flavor. You want to keep the flavor dense, so you got to keep the vapor dense. But at the same time, you don't want to be too small because it'll be too fucking hot. Excuse my language. Sorry, I just realized I didn't realize this isn't Discord.
Oh, that's all right, man. Yeah, guys, if you like that OG, earthy, skunky, sweet, peppery.
That's the stuff right there. It's been years since I've had anything with any Durban in it.
And because it's got that cherry pie in it as well, it is a little bit sweet, which makes it way more palatable, guys. Sorry, I I got some. I got a little bit of ash on me a second ago, but it is way more palatable because of the cherry pie crossed into it, and it's a pheno of Girl Scout cookies, and Girl Scout cookies is very sweet and earthy. Now let's see, are we getting any resin ring yet? Maybe the slightest bit.
Well, this is probably going to slap me out. It's really, really strong bud.
Yeah, I expect it to be as well.
Yeah, since I moved from a 14 millimeter joint to an 18 millimeter joint for my injector bowl, it's so much more airflow. It's so much harder now. I got to be very careful with it.
Oh, what's up, B? Brandon's in the chat. What's good, brother?
What up, Brandon?
He's recently joined a couple of our Discords as well.
Thanks for being here, man.
Okay, I got a little resin ring right there. This is that key lime pie.
Oh, yeah, dude. Oh, it's starting to get kind of juicy there, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know what you can be hitting, all right, Brandon? Right now, I'm hitting some smoothies from Diesel Dispensary. Pretty good stuff.
Nice. We appreciate you guys. What are you guys smoking on? Leave a comment. Brandon is smoking that Gelato 45. He got that from a Black Tie when we went to Black Tie the other day.
Yeah, I watched that video. That's a good one. Gelato 45 is always a winner. I mean, you can't lose with that one.
Well, they got a clearance. If you go in the store, you get 20% off. There's a clearance basket. So.
Dang. Nice.
One of the benefits of having a flagship in your local town.
Yeah,
you know?
I wish I had some, actual location nearby to me, but it is what it is. Kind of rural, out in the boonies.
Yeah. But the cool thing is we can get it to our door. So.
Yep. Well, that's why I stay in so much, because it's the only place in the area you can find any semblance of technology.
What's up, Kind
around
Mike?
all my 3D printers. Oh, hey, how's it going, man?
So Kind Mike says, cheers, y'all. He's dabbing on some Moroccan peaches. Ooh, that sounds good. Is that some Simply? Sounds like something from Simply, maybe. And then Brandon says they have 20% off on flour every Saturday at Black Tie.
Man, that's
What's up, Jeffrey?
What
he
up,
says,
Jeff?
Hope everybody's doing great and staying lifted, smoking some Supreme Lit OG from Lit Farms. That's fire, Jeffrey. That was the very first Lit Farms I ever bought, and I loved it.
Nice. Oh, I'm pretty well hit. Goodness gracious, man. And oh, man.
Yeah. I'm feeling good. I'm about halfway through the J. So like I said, guys, I'm getting some nice heavy resin ring right there. Really strong, earthy, skunky, with a little bit of sweetness to it, evened out from the cherry pie cross.
Yep.
The effects are pretty decent. I expect it to creep up further as I smoke more. But I'm feeling pretty relaxed.
Yeah, I'm trying to bring up the page for this. I just did a review of this recently, but I gotta bring up the page again. I make so many videos, it's hard to keep track of crosses and stuff like that. I gotta figure out.
So, the reason why I purchased the key lime pie strain the other day was because I saw the Shop Hello Mary rosin on their website, and it just made me curious. I was like, I'm really curious on what that strain is like. So I went ahead and got it, and I'm honestly, without doing any research on what the strain was,
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of surprised on what flavor I was going to get from that. So, guys, now you know what to expect though on the rosin.
Mm-hmm.
And so, if you're into those real skunky, earthy rosin flavors, those terps, then maybe you should check out Key Lime Pie at shophellomary.com, and you can use code BREAL or ReviewSesh and save 10%.
They always, I mean, consistency is the thing I love about Shop Fellow Mary personally. It's just consistency. You know, I'm one of those very simple people. If it's consistent, I'm happy.
Yeah, very much so.
You know?
I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That kind of thing. When I go to a Mexican restaurant, I order the number 8 every single time.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, I'm the same person. I get the same burrito every Mexican restaurant. If I go to a new Chinese place or something, I'm getting a General Tso's chicken because that's my judge of whether it's worth eating there again or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm getting the enchiladas verdes if I'm at a Hispanic restaurant. You know, so I get it. Yeah,
and I mean to some degree, I'm the same way with strains. When I'm shopping around for strains, different companies and stuff like that, you kind of
be able to judge the vendor based off of that.
That's kind of, you know, you've seen I've done so many different blockberries.
Yeah.
You know, I gravitate and I go toward the blockberry, you know, and it's one of my judges, you know, if it's a good blockberry, then I know that, you know, they got at least have something that I like.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Mr. Blockberry, which vendor has the best blockberry?
I'll be 100% with you. I will be 100% with you that I've tried thus far. At least that isn't the actual cut of blockberry. That's not just something, you know, because California Gold has a great blockberry, but it's not the black cherry punch crossed with trop cookies. It just is identical, but a different strain. But the best blockberry is Shop Fellow Mary. I'm not even gonna lie. After having like 5 or 6 different blockberries under my microscope and having tried them from all sorts of different places and stuff like that, again, the consistency is what sells me every time.
Okay.
So, like if I get, you know, a half zip of blockberry from them now and I get a half zip from them later, I can be sure it's gonna be consistent. So.
Gotcha. So speaking of you know, blockberry and strains that are similar to that, Brandon says he's about to switch to Halle Berry. That was the strain that I picked out at Black Tie, and it's a cross between ice cream cake and blockberry, and the blockberry really comes out. So I believe you're gonna like that when you get it.
Yeah.
He asked, "Do you think that gram weighed out?" LOL. At first I didn't think that, but then once I did the review and broke it down, yeah, I do. I really do.
Sometimes those buds are so dense that you're like, really?
Yeah.
And then you're like, yeah. Then it breaks up and you're like, what the?
Yeah,
you know?
I was able to pack a whole cone. I smoked a bowl and had a little bit left over.
Some of the buds feel like they're the TARDIS. They feel like they're bigger on the inside. Once you start cracking them open, more comes out of them.
Yeah. And then Jeffrey asks, has anyone tried THCA King? Now, I've heard about them, and I heard that they're real inexpensive, but I've also heard that they're inconsistent as well.
I've had their product through because they distribute to other vendors. So I've had their product through other vendors, but I haven't ever actually caught their product directly. So I can't really speak to direct consistency.
Now, Brandon says he has tried it. He said it's decent. Now, like I've heard some good things, but I've also heard people say that it's hit or miss with them.
Well, I think that's any vendor or any place you go to, whether you're copping a you know, QP or whether you're pulling an eighth or whatever, depending on what you're shopping for,
and that's a good point.
And what's being distributed and what's being bid on.
And it also depends on, are they talking about quality or are you talking about preference? Because preference, it's always going to be hit or miss. You're not going to like everything that you find at every vendor.
Yeah, and a lot of people misconstrue quality for preference and vice versa. So
that's why I wanted to be a little bit more clear, because I'm not sure what these people are talking about when they say, oh, they're inconsistent. Well, in what way? You know,
in what way? Yeah,
right. Because I've never had them, so I don't know.
I've spoken to some people, for instance, like Gorilla Glue. I was talking to a person that got a glue from them at one point, and they didn't really care for it because it didn't seem to hit for them. But they admittedly are a glue head, they love Gorilla Glue. So, that being their favorite strain, of course, they're going to be more picky about it. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have more to say about it.
Okay.
So that's understandable from that perspective. So just, shop for what you like, but also be aware of what your expectations are.
Rick Shaw says the King Small runts not so good, but their Venom OG smalls were excellent. I've actually heard a lot about the Venom OG. So guys, check out the Venom OG. Brandon says Jungle Cake, Ice Cream Cake, GG4 are good. So he suggests those. Rick Shaw says the runts were dry. The runts sucked. Let's just say the runts are not one to pick. Okay.
I tend to steer clear of a lot of different runts and stuff like that. If it's runts forward or if it's named runts. I mean, I've got some runts here, but I don't go out and usually purchase runts myself. Because
I think they're being specific to the THCA King.
Yeah, specific to THCA King. But that's one of those things that I feel like because there's runts everywhere, you're more likely to get some that don't hit, or they're gonna wind up like that because everything has runts in it. You know what I mean?
Heck yeah, man. In fact,
it's one of
that's how it's been with me lately. I've had to go out of my way and get something different. When I was at the Hemp House the other day, I almost got a half ounce of purple runts. What's up, Mike? What's going on, man? I almost got a half ounce of purple runts, and I was like, man, I already got runts at the house. I've been buying runts for the last month. So I was like, let me get something different. So I got the key lime pie.
It feels like when there's so much of something on the market, it feels like there's more opportunity to have bad examples of it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, when the market's flooded with something like lemon cherry gelato was flooded for so long. And I mean, to some degree still is. You've heard me say in the past that, most lemon cherry gelatos didn't hit. Recently, though, I don't know what's going on, but they're breeding some new genetics or some new.
Well, I feel like people will use the name lemon cherry gelato just to come up with something, because in my understanding, they came up with the name. Excuse me. This thing's hitting hard.
Got you.
They came up with the name lemon cherry gelato to replace the name runts when they could no longer use the name runts legally. And I feel like people use that lemon cherry gelato as a blanket name when anything happens to be a little bit fruity, and that kind of thing. So
yeah. When you overuse a name or you over associate anything, then when you get bad examples coming out,
fruity and gas,
things, it's just, it doesn't represent the actual strain appropriately. But yeah, my favorite, like I'm recently loving the fruity gas, but I'm still on the hunt for a good cheesy, really funky, like sour kind of thing going. You know what I mean? Like good sour diesel's really hard to find, for example.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have a lot of trouble finding a good sour diesel. But yeah.
Well, I heard Canna NC just recently dropped some sour diesel and sour diesel smalls. Maybe you reach out to them, maybe.
Well, I mean, I might have to cop some of those. I have to just order some. 'Cause I like sour diesel's one of my favorites. It's I don't typically, or at least until recently, I wasn't really heavy sativa leaning kind of person. But I'm recently loving some sativas as I'm, trying to make my videos and edit and all that. They help keep me focused. So I'm really enjoying those. But for the longest time, man, sour diesels just seems so, I don't know. It's always been the one sativa that I really would go after previously. And even now it's one of those kind of hard to find ones, that hits like I remember from back in the day, from like 08, 09, you know what I mean? Like way back.
Heck yeah. Yeah, no problem, Jeff. No worries. Dave says there's so many names out there. I wonder how much stuff is all in the same. It's just a different name. That's what I'm basically saying. They're just throwing a name at it sometimes. Brendan says Bangkok purple straight up stinks so
I'm
bad.
looking at that strain right now. That's an interesting. Okay, so it's a cross of purple tie and an unknown hybrid. 75-25 sativa dominant.
Ooh. So I just finished that J. Yeah, man. It's heavy. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm uplifted. But it's hitting me hard, kind of like a sour diesel would, I guess.
Yeah, it's yeah. And this is actually what I forgot to mention. This is actually is a sativa dominant, I believe. This is Moothies. I think that's the same. Yeah, it's a sativa dominant hybrid. And it's a blueberry pheno crossed with a so mango pheno crossed with Skittles.
Okay.
And, this particular batch is living soil too. I forgot about that. It's indoor living soil and potted plants.
Well, hey Dave, if you like Tahoe OG, then you should get the Lit OG because that's Tahoe OG crossed with Runts. I'll be right back.
That is. I've had a Tahoe OG once or twice, and yeah, it does have a very nostalgic flavor. It does. There's some stuff recently that have extremely nostalgic flavors. This Vanilla Ice from Shop Hello Mary. Very.
I almost don't want to hear about it yet until I get a chance to get my own opinion because I don't want to have a preconceived. But
oh well, I'll keep my mouth.
I'll
keep my mouth shut about it. It's just you'll there's three classic strains crossed in there, and you get hints of each of them. It's very interesting, very enjoyable.
Well, go ahead, tell us about it.
Well, I mean, you've got your crosses of man, I'm stoned.
I was getting ready to suggest a dab, but you know.
I mean, I could pull out a dab. That might help. But
and guys, I just want to give a shout out to Yokan Black. They just recently sent out a new battery for my e-rig, and so they have great customer service. Anytime I ever have any issues, you know, as long as you reach out to the right channels, they're very quick to help me out. And I've also seen them help out the customers. So you can get 30% off using code BeReal at Yokan Black if you're interested in any of their devices. And ReviewSesh, do you have a code with them now?
Yeah, I do. It's just ReviewSesh. Same deal.
So if you guys want to save some money on devices, you can use either one of our codes and save 30% at yokanblack.com.
Yeah, okay, so now I've got it. It's why I couldn't remember it, because I'm so used to dealing with so many different newer crosses and stuff that it's hard to remember the classics like Skunk, Northern Lights, and Afghani.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's what Vanilla Ice is cross of those three different strains. So.
Oh, okay, so it's going to be very similar to what I just smoked then.
Yes, I didn't want to ruin it, but yeah, it's going to be extremely similar.
Okay, I'm going to go with what I've been dabbing on lately. I'm surprised I still have any. This is that Wild Grapes, and it's got that sour diesel coming out of it. You know what I mean?
Let me see what I got.
It's real skunky and real sour and funk.
I got some Super Boof live resin I'm going to hit here.
All right. Well, then cheers. I'm going to use my Jaws hot knife that I get from Yokan Black. I purchased that with my own money, just so you guys know. I don't want to sound like a commercial. I just want to show you where you can get the good stuff.
A lot of these products, I've been using Yokan products for over a decade. I started using their products when they were just the original little pen devices and stuff. And you know, I've been buying their products for years.
Yeah.
And I was flabbergasted when I first found out about their black line. That threw me for a loop. I'm like, wow, that's a step up. And now they got Yokan Red. They got all these different lines that they fulfill different niches in the market, which is, I find, a really cool way to do things.
Yeah, so I actually managed a couple of vape shops once about 10 years ago, and then back in, 2011 or 2013, I actually managed 3 up in Ohio. And yeah, we had Yokan devices at the one from 10 years ago at our store. And they were just for e-rigs back then, you know. And they were decent. They were good budget devices, and it's still a budget line, but they have really come a long way. That Yokan Black line, that is their top line, but it's basically half the price of Puffco, and you're getting the same technology. So I thought that was really interesting. You know?
Yeah, great tech.
So I've got mine set to 440.
I'm running at 420, and I'm heating now.
All right, double click. Cheers.
Cheers. I gotta put some more water in this.
I got 2 terp pearls in this.
Yeah, I run 2 3mm terp pearls.
All right, let me read the comments. Congratulations, Sour D. Whoops, I missed it. Yeah, it's like the first strain I ever knew for sure. The strain was delicious. Dave says that would do it. The old Northern Lights was the bomb back in the day.
Yep.
Brandon says sour space cookies. He's been hitting.
Okay, that sounds awesome.
I'm gonna have to come check it out, man.
Isn't that like a sour diesel and miracle alien cookies or something?
Dave doesn't have any super boof rosin, but could smash a couple buds and have some. Hey man, I'm jealous of you. Back in the day, we used to take an iron in that paper. I forget what it's called.
Parchment paper.
Yeah.
Yep. There's a couple of people I know still do that.
Or it was a curling iron.
Hair straighteners, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a guy we know on Discord that actually does that. He'll just sit there and do that just while he's chatting, just something to do.
It'll work. You won't get the best, out of it, but you will get it. It will work.
I mean, if you got some material and you just want something to do, if you're one of those.
It's good in a crunch, I guess, right? How many times unknowingly did I, hurt my brain by smoking out of tinfoil pipes because they were just so disposable. You could just crunch them up and toss them. Back in the day, we would take that because if you wanted to drive around and smoke a couple of bowls, and then when you're done with it, you could just crunch it up and throw it in the trash, and you were done. There was no evidence, man.
Yep. Been there.
But I don't suggest you do that now.
No, that would be associated with something else, and you wouldn't want to be associated with.
Yeah. You would be very forgetful. Let's see if I can get a little bit off of this. Go for round 2 on this one dab. I didn't put a big dab in there, so I'm not sure. I'm feeling pretty good, guys. Hopefully you are too. Thank you so much for joining us on this live.
Yeah, see, there you go. There you go. Carry an apple with you. Carry an apple with you. If you need a bowl, just carve it out.
That's right.
Nobody's going to look at you funny for having an apple. They might think you're a health nut or something, maybe. I don't know. Oh, no. No, soda cans? No. No.
Back in the day.
Yeah, I know. I remember that. It's like, talk about nasty.
Just poke little holes.
Well, I remember when I started, one of the first, probably a week into my foray into, hemp and cannabis and all that when I was younger. I started, one of the first things I did within the first week is build a 4-foot tall bong out of a, old tube out of, back in the day that we had these CD towers. You put your CDs on them, but each side had little tubes of water, and they had the little electronic fishes that kind of float around in them and shit like that. And I took one of those that was busted, and I made a 4-foot tall bong. Already getting into being creative like we do when we first get into this sort of thing. And yeah, this is crazy. That quickly, the the novelty of that quickly wore off, though.
Yeah. Ooh, man, I'm feeling good. So, I actually have just a little bit here. I'm going to zoom in real quick for just a second. I'm going to show you guys. I just have just the slightest bit left of some hash burger from Chateau Mary. I did my review on this a while back, and I got a new pack that's come in. So I figured it's time to go ahead and finish off this now, right?
Yeah, I gotta get.
Go ahead.
I gotta get to that too. I've got 3. I've got to get to. I've got the hash burger, the lemonade, and the strawberry gushers.
It's got that onion, garlicky taste. It almost tastes like you got a fresh burger on your plate. It's got that seasoned meat smell and taste to it.
Yeah,
it's very onion and garlicky. So
that's what I love about those strains. If it's got that GMO to it, if it's garlicky, I'm all about it.
I got us both zoomed in. Have I tried garlic cane? Yes.
Garlic cane is really good. I enjoyed garlic cane quite a lot.
Mm-hmm. And that garlic cane is way more onion and garlicky than this is. Though. This smells like that, like the meat. It smells like the meat, man.
Wait a minute. Did Rickshaw Rex say he made a bong in a metal shop? Oh, no, that's awesome. I mean,
did you really do that, or
I was just reading back the comments.
Confused, they did that in the Woodworks, wasn't it? They did that in Dazed and Confused. I wonder how many people actually got away with that. I was watching
probably a ton of people.
Obviously, it's a rerun. I was watching the movie the other day of Dazed and Confused. I was like, how many people actually got away with that in school? How many teachers just did not care or just didn't have a clue on what was going on?
It probably a ton of people before because nobody had a clue, and a ton of people afterwards because the teachers were a fan of Dazed and Confused.
Oh, and so they just let it happen.
I mean, I'll be honest, and there were teachers that just didn't care. In my 9th grade year, we had a sub for the one of my classes toward the end because the regular teacher was out on maternity leave. But this was the sub. This was her last year as a sub. She didn't care. I'll be totally honest with all you guys. We watched Pulp Fiction in that class toward the end of the school year, because she cared so little. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's public school.
Shout out to my English, my history and government teacher. She would bring the TV in there because she wanted to go hang out in the teacher's lounge during our class. I was cool with that. So,
hey Liz, I owe you an apology for not showing up last night.
No excuse. Did you miss her live?
Yeah, I looked up and it was 7 o'clock, and I'm like, oh my god. And
yeah, Miss Liz, we were having a good time in her live.
I got
Plants and Boxes if you guys want to go check out her channel.
Yeah, great channel. I felt so bad though. I had been hitting some hash, and I kind of greened out for about an hour there. So.
All right, so I've got a dab of some hash burger, Chateau Mary. It was fun.
Well,
you got these young ladies calling you Auntie Liz now. That's interesting. You gain the respect of the community. You become the elder.
Oh, goodness gracious. I don't know.
That was funny. They were calling her Auntie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I watched a little bit afterwards. I just felt...
I don't mean nothing by that. It's respect.
Yeah.
auntie title. It's like an elder.
Yeah, I got a couple of new Canagar molds actually being developed right now. So, working on different sizes. As some of you guys may know, I actually started developing a line of full-size, cigar-size Canagars. Space City actually has one of those molds right now, and it produces about it's a Churchill-size cigar, which I think is like 56 or 57 ring diameter. It's a Churchill-size cigar, and it'd probably pack up to about 2 ounces in one Canagar. But I'm working on a whole range of different sizes and different counts. So my next one is going to be the more standard size Canagar mold, but it'll be you can mold 1 or 3 at a time, depending on your preference. And that's going to be offered through Green World, on the website on Green World, and also we'll be having a branded Hashel mold press set kit going up. So keep an eye out for that.
Sounds good. Sorry,
Shameless
I was
plug.
listening and then I slowly zoned back in. I was trying to say something. I was like,
Sorry.
I'm really high right now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, that's awesome, man. You always got something in the works, so that's great.
I try to stay busy. I stay exhausted, but I stay busy.
What's up, Detroit loves dabs and
What
plants and boxes. Nice. Dave says something about talking about the size of that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what you talking about? And then I was like, oh yeah.
Well, I remember when I first designed that, and then I put it up side by side with the other. I'm like, what did I do? You know, and I don't even think Spaces used it. It would take so much to pack into that thing. I'm not even sure if he's had occasion to use it. It's one of those things that you take and you pack that Canagar mold, and then you take it to a wedding and you get the entire reception party. Like that gets passed for everybody. You know what I mean? Because
it'll go forever. It's one of those ones that you have to like cure for like 3 days to a week or whatever.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah, like it's an event type thing. You know what I mean? It's one of those things that's what it's for. It's for a big event, communal thing. It's not for an individual or just 5 heads. It's for 25 or 30 heads. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That sounds 100%. Great. Special occasions. List of special occasions. Yeah.
100%. I at one point I had somebody contact me, wanted me to make a traditional roller style, like joint roller style, but that will roll a 1/4 pound at a time, in one joint or blunt or whatever. That's a little bit insane. I don't know how you would even go about rolling something like that. You know, you didn't need a lot of that glue that Liz uses, and a lot of, full leaf wrapper.
Yeah. Hey, awesome. Jeff says that he just subscribed to your channel, Plants and Boxes. Awesome.
Yeah. Everybody, if you don't already, hop over there and subscribe.
Yeah. Yeah, she's got some good content. She actually knows what she's talking about, and I realized that as soon as I started watching her content, like you can tell when somebody knows what they're doing when they don't, or at least you can tell when somebody knows what they're doing, and she knows what she's doing. And so it's very interesting, and I'm learning a lot because I definitely don't know nothing about growing hemp at all. I've grew tomatoes when I was a kid. I had a garden when I was a kid, but other than that, I don't know nothing about that kind of stuff. So it's real interesting. She also talks about infusing, doing edibles. So that's really interesting. So she did a live last night. So, she does the same thing that we do right here, just hang out. So make sure you go check her out. She's just new on the scene, but she's not new to the scene. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and that's one of the exciting things is I'm excited having more people coming in the community that are bringing informative stuff, and just, good down to earth, just laid back,
Mhm.
being themselves type stuff. When I first started doing the reviews and stuff like that, there was a lot of like really super hyper energy, and you know what I mean, in the community. Like everybody was really trying to just be super entertaining, and I feel like information itself, being informative, can be entertaining. So why not, try to start focusing on. I even had a comment earlier on Reddit, telling me, terpenes aren't everything. Terpenes are just smells. The flavors are coming from flavonoids, and yeah, while a lot of our flavor and taste is based upon what we smell,
Mhm.
there's not a lot of people right now talking about flavonoids and other compounds and stuff in this plant. So I'm gonna start doing some research and trying to learn more about that, so I can start trying to share what I learn. And
Mhm.
I find that to be interesting and entertaining. I don't know about other people, but
Yeah.
you know,
A
uh,
lot of people are not, including myself, are not educated on terpenes, and people have always been so focused on the THC number instead of the terpene count. You know, so now people are starting to slowly understand
yeah,
what's really important, and it's
yeah.
a combination of everything.
Well,
You know.
when I started in this whole thing, like I've been consuming over 22 years, but when I
Hmm.
started in this thing, I you know, everybody was focused on, myself included, was focused on cannabinoid content. I was reading over COAs, and I was really focused on that sort of thing. But
Hmm.
it didn't take me very long at all to realize that cannabinoid content, THC content, and that sort of stuff is not really the biggest part of the plant. It's a huge part, but it's not the biggest part, because there is no biggest part.
Right.
It all has to be taken as the sum of its parts.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And a lot of people just have that narrow-minded, I want high THC. And like I mentioned last time, a lot of people, feel like they're searching for that high THC, but what they're really searching for is CBN type thing.
Hmm.
But then a
Hmm.
lot of people feel like they're getting relief from the THC, when they're really getting relief from the terpenes or the flavonoids
Yeah.
or the other compounds in there that had yet to be studied well enough to actually know how deeply they affect everybody's entourage and stuff. So
Hmm. Hmm. So Jeff says, seems like
yeah,
this flower helps people be the best form of themselves. And plants in boxes is a lot to it. And I take it seriously. It's a life-saving medicine for me. They all work together.
hmm
Yeah, absolutely. It's a combination of everything together, because you take one thing out of it, and it's just like it's like a chain. If you take one link off the chain, it's gonna
well,
fall
if,
off.
if
You take one
anybody
part off the car, it's not gonna run. You
if
know.
if anybody has ever like hit like straight up just diamonds, THC diamonds.
It just zones you
Uh,
out.
yeah, it's a
That's all it does for me. It zones me
it's
out.
cerebral. It gets you really high, but that's it. It
Yeah.
doesn't. It's not rounded at all. It's
Now, if
very
that's
a
what
lot of
you're
people.
looking for,
Yeah, but
then
like
go for
a
it.
lot of
You know.
people aren't looking for that. It makes them feel jittery. It
Yeah.
accentuates the paranoia because it's not
Or it
rounded enough.
completely zones you out,
Yeah.
where you're just a zombie and you don't know what's going on. You're like, duh. That's what it does for me. It makes me go,
Hey, Bean,
duh.
welcome in, buddy.
Yeah.
We're doing good, man. I'm trying to stay warm. I'm wearing my sweatshirt today.
But Jeff says he has a chronic pain throughout his body, and smoke and edible help with some of that. For me, the main time that I get any relief from it is when I do a dab. I don't get a lot of relief from smoking, but when I dab, I do. But when I get high CBN, it helps helps relax me, and
Mm-hmm.
it maybe helps me sleep. And there's benefit there for people that have a hard time sleeping, right?
100%.
Um,
That's why I
so,
love my edibles from my already vaped bud. Is
mhm.
that all those edibles are really high in CBN when I make that
Yeah,
oil, it's high CBN oil. So
I'm
I
saving my reclaim. I'm getting till I get about 5 grams, and I'm gonna put that in some brownies or something.
yeah, yeah. I mean, all you got to do is throw it in there and whip it in with some MCT oil or something like that. thin it out enough to emulsify it, and then use that instead of the normal oil that you'd use in your Betty Crocker mix. But yeah, really good stuff. Surprisingly, so heck of a lot better than any amount of anything else that I've ever tried, to help me sleep.
Well, did you want to say anything else? I'm going to have to wrap up the stream. I do have to get back to work. Let me make sure I read all the comments. Plans and boxes. Bolo runts gummies, creeps up on her very slowly, but get great sleep. I'm almost disappointed that you use Bolo runts for your gummies because the flavor is so good. Like, you're missing out on the flavor, and you got the effects. It's got great effects.
I wonder if any of that flavor gets. I wonder if any of that flavor gets transferred though.
Well, I don't know. Do you cover it up with the flavors that it comes with? Because I know that she was doing peach and she did the blue. I don't know if that affect the flavor or not. But I was like, oh, but I love Bolo Runch. You're gonna love the effects that you get from it either way. She says no, it doesn't. So,
yeah.
But I love Bolo Runts. That's one of my favorite strains, guys, from Shop Hello Mary. Bolo Runts is really where it's at. It's my favorite for the flavor. It's got fruitiness, it's got the gassiness, and the effects, it pairs with the flavor that I love. So it's an amazing strain. So I'm glad that you were able to get some good effects from it. But I did want to say thank you for joining me on this live again. Yes, Brandon, you need to get some Bolo Runs.
Yeah, get to it.
Use code BeReal, save you 10%. I want to give a shout out to Brandon for introducing me to the Hemp House. That's what we were looking at today, was that key lime pie from the Hemp House. Nice. If you want to go check them out on IG, I believe it's Hemp House Smoke on IG. And that's a local smoke shop from me. I'm probably going to be getting some more stuff. They hooked me up with some candy that I ate the other night and fell asleep on. But I want to say thank you for hanging out with me. I was dabbing on some wild grape, in case you guys are interested. Wild grape from Shop Hello Mary. You can save 10% with our codes. And I used Yocan Black Phaser Max. You can get 30% off with our codes. What device did you use today?
I used a bomb. And my bomb comes from the Southern Maryland experience, and you can pull 25% off with my code at Southern Maryland experience. So
that's REVIEWSESH, all one word.
All one word.
Awesome. So cool. I appreciate you guys hanging out. This was one of our most successful lives to date. So I think we're gonna have
really
to
enjoy it. Yeah, let's keep trying to do it every Tuesday. I've been really enjoying it. It's,
definitely.
I'm looking forward to all week. So. So thank you guys for.
If you guys can do us a favor and hit that like button, and of course subscribe, and make sure you have your notifications on. That way you don't miss these fire lives.
Yep.
So thank you so much, guys, and don't forget to stay tuned. Tomorrow's live, I'm going to be unboxing, or at least opening a pack of Shop Hello Mary. I may have to open it tonight, guys. I'm very low on flour, but we will be opening a pack of flour from Shop Hello Mary tomorrow on the live, so stay tuned. Hey, thanks again for hanging out.
Thanks for coming, guys. We really appreciate you.
Oh, I got a question, guys. I forgot to ask. We are playing a game, and I forgot to ask the question. Would you cop that, or would you pass? Leave a comment, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.